And good evening, high school football fans, and welcome to Nashville, North Carolina, where the Firebirds of Southern Nash have traveled to Nash Central to face the home Bulldogs. I'm Brent Cone, joined tonight again by Kenneth Fly here in the booth. We'll be giving you the live broadcast, and tonight's game is sponsored by all the small town businesses. We'll be going through those through the game, but it is presented once again by the Tar River Sports Network. Once again, welcome to Firebird Friday Night Lights. And here comes the Firebirds, followed by the Bulldogs, the home Bulldogs taking the field. And right before the national anthem, the coin toss happened, and Nash Central won the coin toss and opted to receive. And they will have the ball first. As Southern Nash will be kicking off to the Bulldogs. Notably missing from tonight's game is kicker Jonathan Daniels, who is out for personal reasons. So my buddy Ron Wakowitz will be doing the kicking tonight for the Firebirds. Of course, Daniels has been a valuable asset to the Firebirds thus far, kicking pretty much perfect thus far this season. And while they're preparing for the kickoff, you may catch in the background of some of the shots, the head football coach from the North Carolina State Wolfpack, Dave Doran, is on the sidelines, obviously here to check out his defensive back recruit that will probably not be playing defense tonight, Jackson Vick. And Wakowitz with the high kick. Down to about the 25. It's fumbled. The ball's loose. Still out, waiting to see who's going to come up with this. The Firebirds are giving the signal that they have. However, it is the Bulldogs at the bottom of the pile, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. And that's where we'll get the thing started for tonight.
Brent, looking at some of the stats for Nash Central, they're really not a heavy passing team. They're pretty much just run the ball on the ground mostly.
Yeah, and that probably won't fare very well for them against this front line. We saw last week against Aycock and South Granville in the previous games. And as you can see, immediately thrown for a loss. That front line is pretty strong. Eastwake did test the secondary. And the secondary so far has held up pretty good for the Firebirds. That's always been we'll say an Achilles heel for the Firebirds, especially without Jackson Vick playing in the secondary. However, T.J. Tabron, Zyshawn White, Sammy Gandy and company have held it down extremely well. Another run to the right side, and it should be no gain on the play. We'll see where forward momentum got him, maybe back. We'll give him about a foot back towards the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 2nd down, and we'll say it's a 3rd down and a long 11 here for the Bulldogs. From the shotgun. And immediately, looks like they're going to look to pass, and he's going to be sacked, the first sack of the night, and that's going to be Tony Woodard. I'm sorry, was that Mitchell Jones, or was that Tony? That was Tony Woodard.
It was Tony Woodard.
Who we'll just say took a vacation last week for things that happened in the games the week before. Tony did Facebook message me that night to let me know that was him. He thought the hit was clean, but he has done his time. And the punt's away. Not a bad punt. Gandy will field it at about the 42-yard line. Dive forward across the 45 out to about the 47. And that's where the Firebirds will have their first possession, 1st and 10 from their own 47.
Ball will be spotted at the Firebird 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for Southern Nash.
So here comes the interesting part as Dave Doran watches on and Jackson Vick in the game, who had last week 9 carries for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. And this is going to be Trey Mitchell on the carry. He'll pick up 8, maybe 9 on the play. Nice run off the left side around the end for Trey. Flag is on the play. It's going to be against the Firebirds.
Holding against the Firebirds.
Ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. 1st and 17 for the Firebirds.
And this will be Jackson Vick on the carry. He's around the right end, held by the shirt tail. Will not go down. Finally taken out of bounds and tackled as he crosses the 50. So he'll pick some of that yardage back up and bring up 3rd and a much more manageable about 4 yards. Excuse me, it'll be 2nd down. They repeated 1st down.
Ball will be placed at the Bulldog 48-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Firebirds.
So Southern Nash now has moved into Bulldog territory. As some of you may hear in the background, that rookie PA announcer, Wayne Holloman, on the other side of the wall here. Leo Jones on the carry. Going to be no gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for Southern Nash.
And you know, Brent, you were talking about Coach Dave Doran for NC State here. Looking at Jackson Vick, Vick on the year has already got 37 carries for 434 yards and 7 touchdowns.
And he's got the ball now. Forward momentum's going to take him out across the 45 down to about the 44. So we'll see where they spot it. It's going to be close to a 1st down. Yeah, you got to wonder if Doran's rethinking the defense-offense thing. Probably not.
Yeah, but then, you know, Bam Knight probably has something to say about that too.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see Jackson as possibly a wide out for the Firebirds. Obviously, Southern not doing a lot of throwing so far this year, but a lot of speed. Trey Mitchell with the handoff. That was a 1st down, but he'll be thrown for a loss here as the Bulldogs get into the backfield. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 13 here for the Firebirds. Of course, the Firebirds have a very good history of having very strong offensive players that converted to defense when they got into college and ended up playing professional football, North Carolina Hall of Fame, and more than likely a first ballot Hall of Famer for the NFL. Back in 1996, 97, that would be Mr. Peppers. So switching from offense to defense sometimes is not a bad thing.
That's true.
So a 4-yard gain by the Firebirds is going to bring up 3rd and a long 9 here. Brock Alford under center, and they're going to draw the Bulldogs off sides. There was movement on the left side of the Firebird line, but I do believe the encroachment happened first, and yes, that is correct. They will walk in the direction of the Nash Central end zone. And that'll make it a much more manageable third, and we'll call it a short 4 here.
And offsides cost the Giants a win last night.
And I won't complain about that. Long time Washington, well, that team from up there in the D.C. area, I pulled for them for a long time. Vic's going to be caught in the backfield there and thrown for a loss, so unable to convert. And that's going to bring up 4th down. So if we follow, which don't even have to even act like we're going to try to figure it out, because it's obvious that Coach Batchelor, first-year head coach of the Firebirds, is going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th and 5 now. That's still a short 5, long 4, however you're going to call it. And we see new coach Zach Foster from the sidelines, signaling plays to Brock Alford. Bryce Alton starting at center tonight, and timeout is called on the field. And that's going to be the first Firebird timeout. And we'll cover a few of the shop local sponsors for tonight's game. First of all, brought to you by the Spring Hope Chamber of Commerce, who want to remind everyone that the 49th Annual Pumpkin Festival is Friday and Saturday, October 1st and 2nd in downtown Spring Hope. The live band on Friday night, and, of course, the traditional parade on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Also, Southern Bank of Middlesex and Bailey. At Southern Bank, our interest is you. Also, Walters Team Realty, serving the 5-county area, including Eastern Wake, Johnston, Franklin, Wilson, and good old Nash County. And finally, on this go-around, it's Barnes Safety. Call 1-800-653-0643 and start protecting yourselves and the ones you love. So I was also mentioning right before, we've seen a little bit of a change in the offensive line as Bryce Otten, the starting quarterback, Trey Mitchell on the carry, is going to be tripped up short, and the Firebirds are going to turn it over on downs. So the first actual turnover of the night belongs to the Firebirds, and the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. So a big play there by the Nash Central defense to stop that Firebird momentum.
And, hopefully, Nash Central's hoping that they can take that momentum and build on this possession here.
They're going to need to, because that first one they had negative yardage. Oh, turning around the end, Zyshawn White will reach out and catch Holiday on the carry. That'll be the first down of the night for the Bulldogs. And they'll be in Firebird territory at the Firebird 46-yard line.
At the Firebird 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Under center from this time. Initial hit by Big Dusty Hall. Be a short gain of possibly 3 here. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Another thing that's going to become a factor more than likely for the Bulldogs, if you look at the sidelines, not a lot of reserve players, but obviously you look across the way, it's the same issue for the Firebirds tonight. They're missing several players due to injury and illness. So probably the reason we're seeing a little bit of a different look here tonight for Southern Nash. Another short gain here for the Bulldogs will bring up 3rd down and 3 as the rain is now falling. And the Bulldogs starting to pick up a little momentum. Flag will be thrown on the play. And it will be against the Firebirds, so that'll move the chains again for the Bulldogs. The encroachment call. And the Bulldogs continue to move towards the Southern Nash goal line as it's a 1st and down from the Southern Nash 34-yard line.
Show them that.
Run up the middle, hard hit. The hard initial hit from Malachi Dobbins will stop the momentum, but a nice spin move by the running back. Was that Holiday on that carry? I missed the pickup on the.
I think it was Holiday.
And it's going to bring up 2nd and less than 1 now for the Bulldogs. And that will be Justice Staten on the carry. And he'll get enough to move the chains again. And you called it, Kenneth, a while ago, is it could change that momentum, and the Bulldogs are definitely using that turnover by the Firebirds.
And another thing they got to keep in mind is this weather. This is probably the first time both teams have played in the rain this season, and we'll see how that's going to impact. With the run game, it shouldn't impact it much, but it could give more slick footing.
You're right. Southern Nash has had some rain play. East Wake, there was some rain that fell the first game of the season. And those who were able to watch that or attend the game can tell you it was sloppy. A lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties. And another timeout is called on the field. And we'll run through a few more of tonight's small town sponsors. Rudy Perry's Lawn and Landscaping. Call Rudy today at 252-289-6578 because your lawn deserves it. Also, the town of Spring Hope. Honoring the past and building the future, visit Spring Hope for an hour, for a day, or for a lifetime. And Southside Pharmacy, also located in Spring Hope, is a one-stop shop for your better health. And also finally in Spring Hope, Dr. Howard Weeks Dentistry. Our goal is to help our patients enjoy a lifetime of good health and well-being. So Dusty Hall gets his hands around Holiday in the backfield. That'll be thrown for a loss. And just now picking up, also looks like number 8, the defensive captain, Dawson May, is missing from the defense tonight. So this could get a little interesting. No flag, looked like some movement. And Vic was in on defense on that time and lost his footing. Jones was able to get around the right end and pick up some yardage. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 after the gain of 5.
And you know, Brent, Coach Lee from Nash Central has done a great job rebuilding this program ever since he's taken over the last few years.
Up the middle, I believe. Trying to see who that was on the carry. A short gain. It's going to bring up 4th down now for the Bulldogs. And quarterback Jaden Ellis will step in with a play as the Bulldogs are going to be going for it here on 4th down inside the red zone of Southern Nash. So a big defensive stand here for the Firebirds. And look to pass. It'll be a pass out into the flat. It's caught and dropped. And the pass will fall incomplete, and Nash Central will themselves turn the ball over on downs, and Southern Nash will take over from their own 18-yard line. So it's turning out so far tonight to be a battle of the defenses. So obviously we don't have an injury or illness report as to who all is out, so we're kind of picking them out as we go. So it looks like starting center Gavin Bizzett is not on the field, the senior. And we also mentioned Dawson May, the kicker Jonathan Daniels. Gain of 4 on the play there. It'll be 2nd down and 6 here for Southern. And Vic will take it up the middle. Short gain there for Jackson.
And this might be the last play of the quarter because there's 20 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 4 here. As it does tick down, it looks like Southern's going to try to get this play off. They will. And Trey Mitchell's going to get it to the left side, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. And that's going to bring up 4th down as the quarter comes to an end with no score up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. 0-0 here in Nashville. Technically, I guess this is Oak level.
Oak level. Yeah.
And so with that, the quarter break. Kind of a recap of the first quarter. It was the tale of the defenses. Southern started to move the ball, and then was stopped on 4th down. Nash Central turned around after going 4 and out on their first possession. Moved the ball pretty decent, got down into the red zone of the Firebirds, and Southern Nash held them on 4th down, turned the ball over on downs. And here we are back to another 4th down for the Firebirds to start the second quarter. And to run through a few more of tonight's sponsors, the town of Bailey, home of the Country Doctor Museum and the Bailey Christmas Parade, along with the Spalding Resource Center in Spring Hope. Their resource center offers a variety of health services, learning, play groups for children, senior activities, and technology classes for everyone in the community. And also the Nash County Farmers Market, open every Saturday and Tuesday at 1006 Peachtree Street in Rocky Mount with locally grown fresh produce, meat, and more. Also Southern Septic Systems in Bailey, who provide comprehensive septic services for all of eastern North Carolina. And finally, the Spring Hope License Plate Agency, offering shorter lines and friendly service, located at 123 South Ash Street in Spring Hope. Walkowitz on to punt. Not a bad punt, out to about the 48-yard line. The immediate hit there by Zyshawn White on good down the field coverage. And the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. And some movement. Looks like it may be the Firebirds encroachment, and that's going to be the call. And that'll bring up a 1st and 5 now for the Bulldogs. Another flag on the play. I believe that's going to be a false start on Nash Central, so that'll move it right back to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll try 1st and 10 one more time. And motion again from the Bulldogs. And we'll try 1st and 15. So one more time here for the Bulldogs, and that'll be 5 more yards. And now 1st and 20. For the Bulldogs.
Penalties will kill you every time.
And it sure makes for a long night. So a pitch out. The ball's out loose. Recovered. Not a great pitch from Ellis to Holiday. The ball comes out. Holiday is forced to fall on it. And that's going to move the Bulldogs even further back into their own territory, which is now 2nd down and a really long ways. That's about 2nd and 30 from the looks of it. So a little self-inflicted pain here for the Bulldogs. Back to the shotgun, looking to pass, and going to be sacked as first into the backfield, trying to pick up that number.
It's like it was either 31 or 33, Brent.
That's 58, actually, was the first one in the back, and he is not on this roster. More than likely, that is a JV player pulled up, also joined in the sack by Big Dusty Hall. I can tell you, if I'm a quarterback, I don't want to look up and see those 2 big guys coming after me, especially Dusty. That's a big dude. And he sure ain't going to love tap you when he gets back there either. So that'll bring up 3rd and
40.
40 now. Another loss of 10 there for the Bulldogs. This will be handed off up the middle. Ellis is going to hand that, trying to get a number on who's going to run. That Holiday went around the. That's going to be Justice Staten. A small game, but that's going to bring up 4th down and forever. So the Bulldogs will be forced to punt here. So stagger deep backs here for the Firebirds, Gandy and Jackson Vick. The punt will get away, and it looks like it's going to roll out of bounds, still in Nash Central territory at about the 41-yard line. And that's where the Firebirds will take over, as both teams looking desperately to regain some offensive momentum now. 2 4-and-outs by the Firebirds, as well as a turnover on 4th down for Firebirds and Bulldogs. Nash Central also with 2 4-and-outs.
9:25 left to go in the 2nd quarter.
Vick looks to take it around the right end. He's going to be hitting the backfield for a loss. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 14, a long 14. As that depleted front line Showing some wear and tear, possibly some inexperience. And some of these players are JV players that played last night, as the JV Firebirds defeated the JV Bulldogs. And Trey Mitchell will be hitting the backfield for another loss. So not a lot of protection tonight from the O-line. A lot of defensive penetration. So the next loss, after that loss, it's going to bring up 3rd and about 18 for the Firebirds. And it looks like we have a new center now. Trying to pick up that number. I don't think it's Gavin. Alford from the shotgun, the high snap. Alford's going to slip a tackle. He'll tuck it, but he's going to be caught and tackled back in Southern Nash territory. So another loss for the Firebirds on the play.
And Brandon, the center, was number 56.
Which is Keegan Wallace. So 2 sophomore centers so far tonight. Obviously playing in the absence of senior center Gavin Bissett. And Walkowitz on again to punt. And the punt is away. Another nice punt. Be fielded inside the 20. Slips 2 tackles. Still on his feet. Caught from behind. And Justin Braswell will get the tackle on that play, as he saved what could have been a big yardage. Firebirds wanted a fumble recovery on that. There is a flag on the play. So waiting to see here what the penalty is.
Personal foul against Nash Central, personal foul against Southern Nash, offsetting.
So offsetting penalties will leave it right where it stands. The 14-yard kick return will stay in the books. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 32-yard line. With 6:51 left in the first half, no score on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And the Southern Nash defense ever slipping to the backfield behind Sammy Gandy and TJ Tabron. A loss on the play for the Bulldogs, going to bring up 2nd down and 11. And a flag is going to fly in, and it looks to be in that area of a false start again by the Bulldogs. And that has plagued Nash Central tonight, as that'll move the chains back and make it 2nd and 16.
False start on the Bulldogs. 5-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 16.
Ellis under center. And he's going to quick handoff to Staten. He'll have a short gain on the play, but not enough to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up third, and we'll call it a 3rd and 13 here. Ellis again from under center. He'll roll out to his right, looking to pass. He'll tuck it, try to run. Mitchell Jones will catch him from behind. Gandy will come in to assist, and Ellis will go down after a short gain. It'll be 4th and 9 now, and yet again the Bulldogs will be forced to punt.
On the punt for the Bulldogs. Jackson Vick is deep to receive for the Firebirds.
So Southern Nash manages to get into the backfield, and the punt will not get delivered. As the kicker, Christian Ramirez, was forced to tuck and try to run and make something out of a busted play. It'll turn into a much more of a loss. And Southern Nash will take over 1st and 10 from the Nash Central 26-yard line. So the best starting field position so far tonight for the Firebirds. But, you know, it doesn't really matter where you start. It's how far you get. And so far the last couple of drives, they've been going backwards. And it looks like Leo Jones on the carry. No, it's changed that. I believe that's Sammy Gandy on the carry. He'll have a short gain of 1 yard, bring up 2nd down and 9. But that's the most forward yardage we've gained in the past couple of possessions.
And you got to think with some of the offensive line out, you got to think that Southern's not running with their regular linemen tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly. You see a lot of changes up front. Looks like Gandy's going to break away this time, and he's going to break the plane. And touchdown, Southern Nash. They're first on the board with 3:23 remaining in the half, up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And Sammy Gandy manages to find a way. A nice hole opened up, so kudos to the offensive line for getting a hole there for the legs. And we call him Sammy the Gun Gandy with those chopping legs. He breaks through, and he'll put 6 on the board. And Roan Wakowitz on for his first field goal attempt of the season. And a nice kick by Roan, and it's through. And Southern Nash steps off the field with a lead 7-0 over the home Bulldogs. Once again, 3:23 left in the half. And after that touchdown, what I'd like to do is shoot across. I want to give recognize across the field the Southern Nash marching band has traveled here to Nash Central tonight, as well as the student section, as you'll see, is in full effect right there in front of them to the right. So big props for the support. And, of course, now further to the right, you see all the Southern Nash fans here in attendance tonight. As everybody knows, Southern Nash travels well. So thank you, Firebird Nation, for your support of the Firebirds. And it's hard to believe that this is this late in the first half. Just over 3 minutes remaining, and it's only our second kickoff of the night. Wakowitz with a nice kick will go into and out of the back of the end zone. As not sure what's got into Roan tonight, but he must have loaded his foot up. He borrowed a hat from my son before the game. So maybe it's like the magic hat. He's wearing the magic hat, and that's give Roan some foot power to get in here. So we'll give credit where credit's due there. It was my kid that gave Roan the extra boot power.
You're on your own on that one.
So 1st and 10 from the 20 here for the Bulldogs. Another hit in the backfield. And a gang of white jerseys. I believe that was Holiday on the carry. No, that was Staten on the carry. A loss of 1. So 2nd down and 11 here for Nash Central. Man in motion. The receiver slips, and Ellis is looking to pass again. Not going to get it off, and he's going to be sacked. The ball's going to come out. They'll say he's down. Leo Jones, Mitchell Jones.
And Brent, there is a flag on the play at the 32-yard line.
We'll see what that flag's all about, but another big loss on the sack. So far, I believe there have been 3 pass attempts, if not 4, by the Bulldogs. All 3 have resulted in sacks. So nice coverage here by the Firebirds. And it looks like this penalty will be against the Firebirds.
Defensive holding against the Firebirds.
Defensive holding on, I guess, one of the receivers held. I guess good coverage comes at a cost. So they'll repeat 2nd down on the 10-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd down and 1 now instead of 2nd down and 11. And this will be handed off on the right side, and it looks like there will be enough Bulldog yardage gained there by Staten to move the chains, and it'll be a 1st down here for the Bulldogs. As the clock continues to run up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, and we pass 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. That's a 1st and 10 for Nash Central. And that'll be handed off to Holiday. He'll look around the left end, but he's quickly caught by Kahari Caudle and dragged down after a gain of about a yard on the play. So a 2nd down and 7 here for Nash Central. And looked like some movement again.
I think Nash Central jumped. Yep.
And one more time here for the Bulldogs. That's either 6 or 7 false start penalties here for the Bulldogs.
6 penalties.
So once again, a lot of self-inflicted yardage losses here for Nash Central. It's going to bring up 2nd down and we'll say a long 12. A run right up the middle as he'll be caught and slammed down by Malachi Dobbins.
35 seconds left to go.
35 seconds till the half. Be 3rd and about and 3. The clock continues to run. Looks like the Bulldogs will try to convert for this 1st down here without burning a timeout. And Staten will get enough yardage for the first down out close to the 50, down at about the 48-yard line. That will stop the clock with 5 seconds remaining. So they'll have one shot to go for the end zone here.
They're going to take it to the half.
Looks like they restarted the clock, and they're not going to get this play off, and that'll bring us to halftime up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard with the Firebirds leading over the Bulldogs 7-0, and what has turned out to be a penalty-ridden game as well as some good defensive plays. Real quick, we'll run through our small town shop local sponsors for tonight as we go into the half. Spring Hope Chamber of Commerce reminding everyone about the Pumpkin Festival on October 1st and 2nd at downtown Spring Hope. Southern Bank in Middlesex and Bailey. Walters Team Realty in Spring Hope. Also serving the 5-county area. Wake, Johnston, Franklin, Wilson, and Nash County. Barnes Safety. Rudy Perry's Lawn and Landscaping. The town of Spring Hope, Southside Pharmacy, located in Spring Hope, Dr. Howard Weeks Dentistry in Spring Hope, the town of Bailey, the Spalding Resource Center in Spring Hope, the Nash County Farmers Market, open every Saturday and Tuesday in Rocky Mount, Southern Septic Systems located in Bailey, and the Spring Hope License Plate Agency located on 123 South Ash Street in Spring Hope. We'll be back after a short break. Enjoy the performance here by the Nash Central Bulldogs.
Located behind the Bulldog fan bleachers.
What's on your channel right now? How many people want that?
And welcome back to the start of the second half here, as Southern Nash will be receiving. If you recall the first half, Nash Central won the coin toss and elected to receive. So Southern Nash will have the ball, as well as a 7-point lead here in Oak Level. And what appears to be an onside kick will be fielded and covered. I believe that was A.J. Allen on the cover. And the Firebirds back out to try to get this offense going. A lot of penalties, a lot of tackles for losses. As a matter of fact, we checked the stats at halftime. Total yardage for the Firebirds in the first half was 41, and for the Bulldogs it was 37. So not a very productive offensive first half. And with Jackson Vick hitting the backfield, trying to slip away, not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like not much is changing here to start things in the third quarter.
We'll see what kind of adjustments they make after halftime with Southern and Nash Central. I know Coach Lee and Coach Batchelor probably had a good talking to the team.
Yeah, I see they've got Alton back at center. I see Dusty Hall, the defensive lineman, in at offensive guard. And Jackson Vick explodes through the right side of the line and able to get into Nash Central territory. It'll be a first down for the Firebirds.
Do what?
And Vick again on the carry. Running off the right guard. Another gain of about 4 on the play. He's going to bring up second down and 6.
Brandon, I'm not sure what the message was at halftime that Batchelor gave Vick, but whatever it is, it has woken him up now.
Well, I think the message was more so probably to those offensive linemen, because the Nash Central defense was getting in the backfield way too easily against the Firebirds. And I believe that is going to be Trey Mitchell on the carry. And Trey will be down close to first down yard. He's going to bring up third and a short 2. As from up here in the booth, it appears that Coach Battle and Coach Rice have seen some opportunities to open things up, and some personnel changes have made this happen. Southern Nash starting to move the ball. Trey Mitchell again up the middle will have enough for a first down and then some. Finally dragged down by that Nash Central line. And another Firebird first down from the Nash Central 23-yard line. And Vick will get it off the right end. A couple of spin moves and break tackles. What looked to be a possible thrown for loss, Jackson is able to turn into something. Gain of 4 after initially being hit behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up second down and 6 here for the Firebirds, as they have now just broken into the red zone. And Vick again up the middle, and he'll be hit hard at the line. Forward momentum is going to pick him up probably about 2 yards. It's going to bring up third down and about 4 now for the Firebirds. And a late player exchange here by the Bulldogs. The handoff up the middle.
About 2 yards shy of first down.
We'll see where the forward momentum carries him. It's going to bring up fourth and it's a short 3. Not sure who that was on the carry.
Was it Mitchell on the carry?
I believe it was Justin Braswell on the carry. Number 20. Jackson will take this one up the middle. He's going to be close. We're going to have to see where they spot the ball. That was a fourth down. And it looks like they're starting to change out. And Don't believe he's going to make it for the second time tonight. Southern Nash has turned the ball over on downs. This one very costly as they were inside the Nash Central 20.
And you had to think with the momentum, they were trying to go up 2 scores here, but now Nash Central, we'll see what happens here with first possession out of the second half, and Coach Lee, we'll see what changes they have made.
Ellis under center. Try to run, caught by the shirt tail by Zay Horton. And that'll be thrown for a loss there. It'll bring up second down and 11 for the Bulldogs. So the sure grasp of Horton really saved some big yardage gain here by the Bulldogs, as there was some room out in front of Staten there on that carry. This time it's Holiday. He's going to slip some tackles. He's going to break around the left end and finally be taken out of bounds. That'll be a first down for the Bulldogs. No flags on the play. And that'll move the chains out to the Nash Central 32-yard line. And that's where it'll be 1st and 10 on the nice run by Holiday. And as I've mentioned, they've switched Dusty Hall over to offense, and his presence is definitely being missed on defense now. As another, what looks to be about a 7, possibly an 8-yard gain. They're going to say his knee was down, only give him 6, bring up second down and 4. Another run off the left side. And it's going to take Nash Central awfully close to that first down marker. You're going to see where the spot is. They're going to say he's just shy. And it's going to bring up 3rd and less than a yard here for Nash Central. So a big defensive stand needed here by the Firebirds. Ellis under center. He's going to hand it off the left side. I believe that was to Staten again. And that'll be enough to move the chains. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 43-yard line. 4:43 remaining in the 3rd period. Still 7-0. Firebirds leading. Those of you that missed the first half, not a very productive offensive output by either team. As they and welcome back to the game. We want to thank everyone for their patience. It took EMS a few minutes to get out here to the field to get this young man removed, but he is being taken care of. He waved to the crowd as he was lifted up, but we would ask you to keep Zamad Whitaker in your prayers as he has been taken to a local medical facility for care. So the officials will allow a few minutes for the players to get stretched out and get a little warmed up, and we'll run through a few of tonight's small town shop local sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Spring Hope Chamber of Commerce, who would like to remind you that the 49th Annual Pumpkin Festival is October 1st and 2nd in downtown Spring Hope. That's the first Friday and Saturday in October. Also, Southern Bank of Middlesex and Bailey. At Southern Bank, our interest is you. Walters Team Realty, serving the 5-county area, including Eastern Wake, Johnston, Franklin, Wilson, and Nash counties. Barn Safety, call 1-800-653-0643 and start protecting yourself and the ones you love. Also, Rudy Perry's Lawn and Landscaping. Call Rudy today at 252-289-6578 because your lawn deserves it. Also, the town of Spring Hope, honoring the past and building the future. Visit Spring Hope for an hour, for a day, or for a lifetime. Southside Pharmacy, Spring Hope's one-stop shop for better health. Also, Dr. Weeks Dentistry, located in Spring Hope. And our goal there is to help our patients enjoy a lifetime of good health and well-being. In the town of Bailey, home of the Country Doctor Museum and the Bailey Christmas Parade. Also from Bailey, Southern Septic Systems, who provide comprehensive septic services for all of eastern North Carolina. The Nash County Farmers Market, they're open every Saturday and Tuesday at 1006 Peachtree Street in Rocky Mount with locally grown fresh produce, meat, and more. The Spring Hope License Plate Agency, offering shorter lines and friendly service. And they're located at 123 South Ash Street in Spring Hope. And finally, located in Spring Hope, one of the gems of Spring Hope is the Spalding Resource Center. Our Resource Center offers a variety of health services, learning and play groups for children, senior activities, and technology classes for everyone in the community. We want to thank all of these shop local small town sponsors. And if you were interested in some that I missed, and maybe I'll obviously we'll touch on them again during the game, but feel free to contact the Southern Nash News, and they will give you the contact for any information for any of these sponsors, as we would invite you and encourage you to help support our local businesses who have sponsored tonight's game so that these young men can be seen. And you've heard me tell the stories before. And a lot of these young men are seen via these live streams where they might not necessarily have been seen. Just tonight, I mentioned earlier, head coach of the Wolfpack, North Carolina State Wolfpack, Dave Dorn, was here checking on his D1 recruit, Jackson Vick from Southern Nash. But who knows who else he could see. And a lot of these other small colleges that don't have the funding to go out and travel and see all these schools they also use our live stream services to pick these players up. So back to action. And this time, the first play from scrimmage, Staten's going to break away down the right side. And that's going to be a touchdown, Nash Central, as a big response to the injury of their fallen teammate as they put 6 on the board in his honor. And they have pulled to win it within 1 of the first-place Firebirds. So an emotional touchdown for Justice Staten as he ran that over 50 yards for the first score of the night for the Bulldogs. It's like that's going to be offsides against the Firebirds. They will assess that on the kickoff. Actually, no, they're going to move it half the distance to the goal line.
Okay, so
and the kick is up, and it's going to be blocked. And so with that, the Firebirds maintain the 7-6 lead over the Bulldogs with exactly 4 minutes remaining in the third period, with play resumed after the long break. This is still the third period. 4 minutes remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And it's 7-6 with Nash Central setting to kick off to the Firebirds.
And you know, Brent, like I was going to say a while ago, I was going to say, how does Nash Central respond after seeing one of their players being injured on the field, and Staten pretty much took it himself and took it to the house.
And this will be a squib kick picked up by Leo Jones. He'll return it out to about the 38-yard line. And the Firebirds will take over 1st and 10 here with the 1-point lead in the third period. Alford drops back to pass. He had Trey Mitchell gets turned around, and the ball will be overthrown. And that'll be an incomplete and bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Firebirds. So the first pass attempt of the night for the Firebirds falls incomplete. I believe that is Wallace back in at center again. Now this will be handed off up the middle to Jackson Vick. He's going to pick up about 4 on the carry before he is knocked backwards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. And I did do some checking with the coaching staff of the Firebirds during the break a while ago. There are several JV players playing tonight on that line. They are depleted with a lot of their starters missing. These players actually did not play last night on the JV game. This will be pitched to Jackson Vick, who'll make some nice moves, and he's going to break away. And with the speed of Jackson Vick, I don't think he's going to be caught. And Jackson Vick takes it to the house for a 56-yard touchdown run. Jackson Vick on his first score of the night. And just like that, the Firebirds are back up 13-6, back up by 7 with the extra point upcoming. So a big play as Jackson Vick found the holes through the middle to make that happen. Walkowitz on for the extra point attempt. And that's going to be wide to the left, no good. So the lead will remain at 7 with 2:55 remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard here in the third period. And once again, a 7-point lead for the Firebirds. And so the Firebirds now set to kick off to the Bulldogs. So a quick offensive response there by the Firebirds. Jackson Vick on his largest carry of the night. In fact, the largest Firebird carry of the night. Candy had the previous touchdown run, which I believe was for about 21, 22 yards early in the first half. And Walkowitz will give a squib kick of his own up the middle, off the foot. Running up the middle, plenty of room Walkowicz the only one to stop him, and he'll slip that tackle, but slows him down enough. Oh, a big block from the side. And finally caught from behind by Kahari Codal and A.J. Allen. Flags are flying in on that block. Definitely a block in the back did occur. So that's actually going to negate that long run. We'll see where they mark the penalty yardage, from what spot they mark that off. But really a great kickoff return, which would have put the Bulldogs down inside the 20. The penalty will be marked from the point of contact on the illegal block in the back. And that 15-yard penalty will give the Bulldogs 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. So from the red zone back into their own territory with that penalty. And a handoff up the middle. A few nice spin moves, but the Southern Nash front line is in there. Jones on the carry, and he'll be thrown for a loss. Loss of 2 will bring up 2nd down and 12. So Ellis back in the center. Holiday in motion. He'll get the quick handoff. He'll take it around the left end, and he'll approach the 45-yard line of Southern Nash before he's dragged backwards. Forward momentum should have given him to the 45. It's probably going to put him about a yard or so shy of the 1st down, bring up 3rd. Make that 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2 in Firebird territory from the 40, just beyond the 45-yard line. Staten will carry it again this time. He's going to push it out over the 45. We'll have to see where the spot goes. Forward momentum put him well out. A flag's going to fly in. That's more than likely going to be a personal foul, as the flag was thrown well after the play was whistled dead. Still, they're going to signal that it is a 1st down from the spot. However, a personal foul against both teams is offsetting, and so the play will stand, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, as Staten did reach that 1st down marker. So 1st and 10 from the 43 of Southern Nash. So that's where the Bulldogs will start this next offensive set. And hit in the background is Justice Staten. He was hit by Sammy Gandy for the loss. And once again, 2nd down and 12. And Ellis is going to look to pass, and once again, he's going to be sacked. The initial hit was an unknown JV player. Now, we don't have those JV players in the roster. I saw Dusty Hall in there. And that's going to bring us to the end of the quarter with Southern Nash leading 13-6 up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And so that'll bring up the fourth and final period. And when we restart after the sack, it'll be third and about 17 for the Bulldogs. And while we're switching, we'd like to remind everybody we'll have a rundown of a few of our shop local small town sponsors. Spring Hope License Plate Agency, offering shorter lines and friendly service, located at 123 South Ash Street in Spring Hope. Southern Septic Systems, located in Bailey. They provide comprehensive septic services for eastern North Carolina. The town of Bailey, home of the Country Doctor Museum and the Bailey Christmas Parade. The Nash County Farmers Market, open to every Saturday and Tuesday, located at 1006 Peachtree Street in Rocky Mount, with locally grown fresh produce, meat, and more. And, of course, the Spalding Resource Center, located in Spring Hope. Our Resource Center offers a variety of health services, learning and playgroups for children, senior activities, and technology classes for everyone in the community. And a reverse and a halfback pass, wide open and dropped. And that'll fall incomplete, had nobody between him and the end zone, as that was intended for DeCoris Wilkins, unable to hold on to it. And that's going to bring up fourth down. That was a reverse and a pass. I guess that would be the old infamous Peyton Manning flea flicker.
Yep.
So 4th and 19, actually. And the Bulldogs will be forced to punt again, as they were unable to capitalize on that opportunity. And the punt is away. Nice punt. Down inside the 20. And Gandy's going to let that roll dead. And it'll be down at the 13-yard line. And Southern Nash will have the full field to work with. And 11:42 remaining in the game. And a 7-point lead up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. So Brock Austin will give the pitch back to Jackson Vick, who will take it around the right end. A flag is going to come in behind him. Usually that's in the vicinity of a hold. And that is a hold against the Firebirds. So that'll negate Jackson Vick's run. They will replay first down. So that'll make it 1st and 15 now for the Firebirds. 16, excuse me. That was, I guess they moved it half the distance to the goal. So Vick again on the carry. Pickup of about maybe 3 yards on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and about 13. Offered back under center. And a pitch over to Trey Mitchell. He'll take it around the left end. Still on his feet. He'll take it back into the beyond the original line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6. So one thing we haven't seen tonight thus far is Zyshawn White in at quarterback. You know, for the last 2 games, there's been some rotation there between Alford and White at quarterback. And Vic with the carry up the middle will take it out to the 20. It's going to be shy of a first down. It's going to bring up 4th. And about 3 yards. We'll call it a long 3, short 4. And it looks like Southern is going to go for it here on 4th down from their own 20-yard line. So a gutsy call here by Coach Batchelor. And he will make the attempt to draw Nash Central off sides. It's not going to work, and Southern Nash will be forced to burn a timeout here in the second half.
So, Brent, while we've got a chance, got a couple scores for you. Northern Nash in the 3rd quarter is leading Washington 35-21. And then Tarver's leading Perquimans 26-20.
And of course, last night, Rocky Mount defeated Bunn by a final score of 26-7. And I don't know if we'll have to check to try to catch some of the other conference action that was happening tonight. Roanoke Rapids, Franklinton, all in action tonight. We'll try to get some score updates on those. But now 4th and 4, and Wakowitz is on to punt, and a nice punt as it'll bounce down to the 40-yard line. And looks like the Firebirds are going to down that at about the 41. And that's where the Bulldogs will take over. Hit a couple of sponsors here while the Bulldog offense steps onto the field. Dr. Howard Weeks Dentistry in Spring Hope. Their goal is to help their patients enjoy a lifetime of good health and well-being. Southside Pharmacy, also located in Spring Hope. The one-stop shop for better health. Rudy Perry's Lawn and Landscaping. Call Rudy today at 252-289-6578 because your lawn deserves it. The Spring Hope Chamber of Commerce wanting to remind everyone about the 49th Annual Pumpkin Festival on October 1st and 2nd in Spring Hope. Holiday on the carry.
Flag on the
Flag on the play.
Brent, while we wait for the flag, Roanoke Rapids 38, Franklinton 0 in the 4th quarter.
So once again, an offsides penalty here for Nash Central will negate a decent run by Holiday, and it'll be 1st and 15. Ellis will shift this off. But think that's going to be Holiday again on the carry. It is. And it looks like he'll be back out to about the 35, so no gain on that. Still second now, 2nd and 15. Handoff up the middle. Looks like the ball's going to come out. Officials going to say on the ground and down. That was Javaris Jones on the carry. That'll give him about a yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 14. As Ellis lines up this time from the shotgun. 3rd and 14 here So far, not, and he looks like he's going to go out to pass again. This time he'll get away and nearly intercepted by Sammy Gandy, and that would have been pretty much an automatic pick six if Sammy had been able to hold on to that. Not able to do so, but even though he didn't hold it, it still brings up fourth down now for the Bulldogs, who looks like they're going to bring out their punt team, and they'll be forced to punt it away. So Gandy back to receive the punt. And this will be punted towards the sideline and caught by, I believe that was Coach Lee that caught that, wasn't it?
It was. No, actually, that was Coach Cox.
Okay. He didn't call for fair catch. That's going to be out of bounds, and Southern Nash will take over 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. A couple more sponsors here in the small town shop local. Southern Bank of Middlesex and Bailey. At Southern Bank, our interest is you. Walters Team Realty, serving the 5-county area, including Eastern, Wake, Johnston, Franklin, Wilson, and Nash County. This is going to be given to Gandy up the middle. He'll take it into Bulldog territory. Looks like about a 7-yard gain. Make that a 6-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 now for the Firebirds. I believe that was Vic on the diving carry up the middle. No, I take that back. That was Gandy again on the carry. That'll be a pickup of 3, just shy of the first down. It's 3rd and just under a yard here for the Firebirds. Mitchell goes in motion. And Gandy will get it again off the left tackle. And that'll be more than enough for the first down as he'll break out to about the Bulldog 35-yard line. They're going to mark him down at what appears to be the 36. And that'll be a first down for the Firebirds. And a quick pitch to Jackson Vick around the right side. This is his sweet spot. He'll take it right down the sideline and into the end zone, but there are flags on the play back around the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a hold against the Firebirds, and that'll bring the touchdown back and repeat first down while they're walking that back. A few more of our small town sponsors. The town of Bailey, home of the Country Doctor Museum and the Bailey Christmas Parade. Barnes Safety, call 1-800-653-0643 and start protecting yourself and the ones you love. The Nash County Farmers Market open every Saturday and Tuesday at 1006 Peachtree Street in Rocky Mount with locally grown fruit, fresh produce, meat, and more. So it's going to bring up 1st and 20 now for the Firebirds. Mitchell in motion again. Another pitch back to Gandy. We'll take it off that left side, get back out about as a 10-yard rush, get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Should bring up 2nd down and 10. We'll look for the spot here. Make that 9 on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 11. Mitchell in motion again, and Gandy gets the call again. Back off left tackle. And he's going to just steam his way down close to the 30-yard line. So an 8-yard run. It's going to bring up third and about 4. And Gandy once again got that low center of gravity, that great balance, those strong legs. He can get low on you, and he'll slip right underneath you. And you see him there with a carry again to the left side. And this time, with no flags on the play, he will have enough to move the chains, and it'll be a first down for the Firebirds. With 4:25 remaining on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, and a 13-6 lead for the Firebirds. Firebirds now looking to encroach on the red zone of the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line of Nash Central. And Jackson Vick will get the pitch. And the ball, helmet, everything is going to come out. They're going to say he's down. They're going to call him down on the carry. A gain of about 1 on the play. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 9 for the Firebirds as the clock continues to run, now at 3.5 minutes remaining in the game, and a 7-point lead for the Firebirds, 13-6. And Jackson Vick gets the call again around that right side. He'll slip back inside of a tackle, be taken down just at the out-of-bounds line. Not out of bounds to stop the clock. The clock will continue to run, passing 3 minutes. A gain of about 8 on the play is going to bring up 3rd down and 2. Make that 3rd and 1. We'll call it a long one. And Firebirds now in the Nash Central red zone at the 16-yard line of Nash Central. 2:30 remaining in the game. And Gandy again on the carry will pick up enough yards to move the chains. And I believe they may be looking for the spot here. No, did not get enough to make it and goal. It's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line. Clock continuing to run, now with 2:04 remaining in the game. And there's the flag for the false start on the Firebirds. I was looking there. Once again, there's no play clock on the field that's functioning. Thought that was taking an awfully long time to get that play off, but the false start is called before a delay of game. So that'll make it 1st and 15 now for the Firebirds. That will stop the clock at 1:46 remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. Mitchell goes in motion, and this time Alford will keep it himself, and he's thrown for the loss as he's caught in the backfield. And timeout will be called by Nash Central. With 1:40 remaining in the game. So just to run down the list of the shop local sponsors, the Spring Hope Chamber of Commerce, Southern Bank of Middlesex and Bailey, Walters Team Realty, Barnes Safety, Rudy Perry's Lawn and Landscaping, the town of Spring Hope, Southside Pharmacy, Dr. Howard Weeks Dentistry in Spring Hope, the town of Bailey, the Spalding Resource Center in Spring Hope, The Nash County Farmers Market located in Rocky Mount, Southern Septic Systems located in Bailey, and the Spring Hope License Plate Agency located at 123 South Ash Street in Spring Hope. Once again, if you would be interested in being a small-town local sponsor, please contact the Southern Nash News or the Tar River Sports Network, and they will get you set up with that. If you have an interest in who those sponsors are, do you want to support our local sponsors, just also reach out via Facebook or phone call to the Southern Nash News, and they will get you in touch with those sponsors to help those who support the Firebirds. And a pass from Alford is going to be intercepted. And so a Firebird turnover, the first actual, we'll call that a turnover. We had a turnover on downs, but the interception comes with 1:33 remaining in the game. Nash Central will take over 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. So that pretty much looked like it was thrown up for grabs. Don't know if a route was missed. Looked like did not catch who the intended receiver was, but he turned in when I think Alford was expecting him to turn out. Threw it directly to the Nash Central defender. And Nash Central now has the ball. Ellis from the shotgun. And he's going to fall down. He's going to lose his footing. And so the loss on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd and about 16. I believe that ball is going to be spotted at about the 4-yard line. Clock continues to run. Both teams do have 2 timeouts remaining, passing the 1-minute mark. Ellis in the shotgun from in his own end zone. Don't want to lose his footing this time because it will be a safety. And he's going to roll out, look to pass. He hits his intended receiver, and he scrambles around trying to pick up some yardage, and he's actually not going to get anything. May have even lost a yard or so on the play. That will stop the clock with 42 seconds on the timeout called by Nash Central. He was looking for the sidelines, didn't get there, tried to cut back up in onto the field, which that could have been more costly. Just trying to get a yard or two. He should have gone straight for that sidelines. Now Nash Central has been forced to burn one of their timeouts. It's going to be 3rd and about 13 now when play resumes. Nash Central does have 1 timeout remaining. 42 seconds on the clock. So a big 3rd down here for the Bulldogs if they intend to even try to stay in this game. Ellis from the end zone, a pass across the middle. Looks like they're going to call it incomplete. Not sure how they can call that incomplete. The ball never touched the ground. Dusty Hall comes up with the football, took it out of the hands of the receiver. And steps into the end zone. Apparently, it must have slipped out in the middle of that pile and hit the ground and bounced back up into Big Dusty's hands. But that looked like a touchdown from up here in the booth. Either way, we're not on the field. The referees have called it incomplete pass, and it's 4th and 13 now for Nash Central, of course, forced to go for it here. They're going to look to pass again. This will be passed down the field. Receiver open. And that was caught. What a catch. With 29 seconds remaining. That was an incredible catch and intentional grounding there to stop the clock. That catch made by Javaris Jones, who went over Zyshawn White and basically took it out of the air. Zyshawn, great defensive coverage there. Just you can't stop if a kid's going to catch that pass, it's pretty much impossible to defend. So
second down and 10.
Yeah, second down and 10. Nash Central stops the clock with 26 seconds. Still one timeout in their pocket. Ellis from the shotgun, going to be looking for the pass again. He'll go right back down the middle. And this time it will be intercepted. Sammy Gandy with the big interception down the middle of the field. Sammy Gandy comes up big. He scores the first touchdown and now responsible in defense for the turnover that probably puts the game in the Firebirds' hands. 20 seconds remain up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, and it's pretty much going to be victory formation here for the Firebirds as Alford will step back and take the knee. The clock will run. We'll see if Nash Central will burn their final timeout. They will not, and the clock will run down. And what turned out to be a tough battle, a lot of people thought this was going to be one-sided towards the Firebirds. It ends up a pretty close match as the Firebirds come away with the victory, 13-6 over the Bulldogs here at Oak Level. So we want to thank everyone for joining us tonight live on the Tar River Sports Network. We'll run down our list of sponsors one more time in case you heard somebody and you want to catch that name. The Spring Hope Chamber of Commerce, reminding everybody about the Pumpkin Festival on October 1st and 2nd. Southern Bank of Middlesex and Bailey. Walters Team Realty, serving the 5-county area of Eastern Wake, Johnston, Franklin, Wilson, and Nash County. Barnes Safety, call 1-800-653-0643. Rudy Perry's Lawn and Landscaping. Contact Rudy at 252-289-6578. The town of Spring Hope. Southside Pharmacy. Dr. Howard Weeks Dentistry in Spring Hope. The town of Bailey. Spalding Resource Center located in Spring Hope. The Nash County Farmers Market in Rocky Mount. Southern Septic Systems in Bailey. The Spring Hope License Plate Agency located in Spring Hope. And once again, if you'd like to be part of our small town sponsors, please contact the Southern Nash News and get on board. There's some packages that are affordable to help support local businesses, get sponsored and out there. And of course, you as the listeners, we want to encourage you to support those who support the Firebirds. Once again, I want to thank everybody joining us tonight. It's a 13-6 victory for the Firebirds over Nash Central. Brent Cohn and Kenneth Fly alongside saying we'll see you next week as the Firebirds go back home and welcome new to the conference, Roanoke Rapids comes down for their first visit in quite some time to Southern Nash. And we'll have that game once again live for you. And we'll see you next week on the Tar River Sports Network. Have a good one.